Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right, You Best Believe It. We on screen and we back. Black Lightning, episode 4. We gonna do it.
Season
right over
5
here.
or season 4. Season 4.
Oh, sorry. Season 4.
Season.
So
That's good though.
Right over here, Clement Bryant. Man needs no introduction. You know what I'm saying? So I'll save it to the end. Clement Bryant.
That's good. It's been a week, man.
Yeah.
It's been a week. We got recording this on a Thursday. You know, the WandaVision finale is tonight.
Yeah,
and so
true. And we'll be getting together on Saturday for finale. So this Saturday, guys, on this channel, 2 p.m. PST, we'll be running down WandaVision whole season. How we feeling? You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some other people chilling with us, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Who do we get? We
got Joy Infinity. She's a streamer on Twitch. She's going to be down. I forgot who else. Blurtish is going to be coming through, either Mark or Keith, one of them, if not both of them. Unfortunately, no Ninja or Gamma this week, guys, because they'll be busy. And I'm going to reach out and see if I can grab some other folks too. See how many people we can get up in there. So it's going to be some fun. So
Black Lightning.
Where should we start with Black Lightning this week?
I mean, Black Lightning was kind of intense this week. It seems like every episode they're ratcheting it up. And to me, like, I think my reaction was for the end of the episode. I think you saw my reaction. I was like, what? Like,
TC be trying to tell folks, but people don't want to listen.
Right.
TC like, yo, slow down. Nah, I got this. Now look at you. All right. Particles. That's what you is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Number particles. Now I assume she'll figure out how to reconstitute herself or something later and, like, pull the molecules together.
I mean, we'll see, because if that's the way that they're gonna take her out for the rest of the season, because China's out.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to say this. Shouts out to Tracy Lee. She comes in, she's in the comments every week. Tracy Lee, your theory about her and Jefferson Pierce, well, the actor, the actress. So China Ann McClain and I cannot remember Scooter's real name, but Scooter from Living Single. They have not been in one scene together all season. All right. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't have conspiracy P here from Beast Vibes Life. But what I am going to say is it ain't looking good, because I was like, especially this episode, it was a perfect opportunity to have them in the scene together, and they still didn't have them in the scene together. So I was like,
okay. See, here's the thing. I heard about some of this, but it's like also the way that they played out that scene could be COVID, because on set, and I know this from experience, there's a lot of like COVID issues on set, right? So it's like they got to get tested every day. They got to maintain mental distance. It's like, it is not a game. They have like health and safety boards.
But the thing is, those actors separately have been acting with other actors. So it's like, even in this episode, so it's like something, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that it's true, but Tracy might be on to something. Tracy might be getting her Sherlock Holmes on this piece.
Maybe.
So, but we saw
something up,
saw Lightning take a L, possible L. We're not sure, because I think she's supposed to come back in Khalil's show, right?
No.
Oh no! Oh, so Andre Atkins said bye, Jen. So
Jen's like, no.
So
like
she's gone.
That was the thing,
gone,
because
they
announced Painkiller, the spinoff first, and then they announced that they canceled Black Lightning. So and people were like, okay, so the only natural fit for the person to segue between both of those shows would be Jen.
Yeah. I figured Jen and Anissa would kind of like migrate over, and you see Anissa maybe like twice a season, and then you see Jen maybe like out of 13 episodes, maybe like 5 times a season, something like that. So it's like it won't be, all about this, but they be there. You know what I'm saying? They be, but apparently that's a no. Like there's gonna be, which is, I see the way CW is moving. I'm not impressed by it, but I don't run CW.
What do you mean by the way they're moving?
All of their new shows, what Sans 1 is going to be either black or minority led, and the other ones are just like basically the kind of like the CW, the Degrassi type CW level, what you expect to get. It'll be like kind of like basically like Supernatural type stuff. And I got love for Supernatural, but it's gonna be Supernatural. It's gonna be like, essentially a white show catering to like teen and preteen white kids. Which, I mean, like I said in the first place, Black Lightning, I was surprised it was on this network because I know how this network gets down. But that's why, like, after this show is done, I'm like, I'm cool. Because something tell me Painkiller, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to hold out hope. But something tell me they're going to try to hit Painkiller with the okie doke. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. And that's the thing. It's like CW has been notorious because every time we've had a spinoff of the Arrowverse, rarely has it gone through, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the most
notable ones. They tried to spin off Supernatural. That didn't work with the
Supernatural didn't work. Canaries didn't work. What else didn't work? And I think they tried Supernatural a couple times, didn't they?
I know they tried. Yeah, they tried 2 spinoffs from Supernatural that I can think of. It was the dude that was in Chicago. There was a black guy that was in Chicago. And then they tried the young ladies in not the most recent season, the penultimate season.
Yeah.
They tried spinning them off. That didn't work either.
Right.
Both which I thought could be decent shows, but the audience. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. The audience. So they have a very specific appetite, and when you try to present a show led by people that are black and or brown, sometimes brown they'll let brown slide through, but black there's gonna be some pushback, and that the black dude in Chicago, they was like, nope. Even though I was like, yo, man, this is kind of interesting. I'd like to see where it could go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a full 24 episodes. Let me see what y'all do with like maybe 10 episodes. Let me see where this goes. And they was like, nope. And then the girl from the other universe and the young girls that were over here under, cannot remember her name, the sheriff, that were under her, I was like, yo, that could be cool. Let's see how this rolls. And it was like, nah, bruh. They was like, nah, son. So we'll see how Khalil roll.
Yeah. And so and that's my point. It's like with everything with Khalil, it's like I like Khalil and I like the character, but like given CW's track record with spinoffs, I'm kind of like a little shy to get excited about that show because of what we've seen. I could be wrong.
And it can be tough.
Right.
Oh, also big shout out to Andrea Atkins, Kid at Heart. Nice to see y'all up in here. I also wanted to give a shout out to Kid and Play. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to TC playing some Kid and Play. That funky go-go rhythm. You know what I'm saying? I always love the fact that he's playing old school hip hop. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh snap! I know they ain't Kid and Play.
They went back. They went back, and it makes sense for TC's character because he's kind of been around for a minute, but the last time he heard something was like a while ago. So yeah.
So that was dope, man.
I
love seeing TC like that. That's funny.
Yeah, it was great.
And it's a shame because I think TC was opening up with Jen in a way that he had not opened up with like Gambia, because he didn't really have any sort of, I guess, contemporaries of his own. You don't see him hanging out with anyone else. You don't see him Like even when Jin rolls up to him, and it might just be because of COVID, but you don't never see no other kids around hanging with him and stuff like that. It's like I mean, so it seemed like it was good for him to have a friend, even though she kind of snapped on him because he was like telling her the right thing. But once again, I'm gonna circle back to that in a second. But it was good to see him have a friendship of someone who could kind of understand what he was and sort of the day to day of what he went through and things of that nature. Because of course, Jin got powers, he got powers, and they both live in like secret hero lives and stuff. To a certain, Jin more so, but he do the low background stuff. But I'll say this, and I'll pass it out to you. Jin jumping back on TC about being like, "Hey man, you gotta be careful. The ionosphere ain't safe." Blah blah blah. The way she jumped back on him is the same way she would have, if not worse, she would have jumped back on Jefferson Pierce, her father, for trying to tell her what to do. So back to that's going back to like when I saw it, I was like, see, I told they would not be listening to their dad. They would not be listening.
I mean, it's like both of their characters. It's like they're a little headstrong, so that's why they do that. And it's like with TC, it's like you would have had, if this was another season, you would have had Khalil being that kind of be like, "Hey, I'm concerned about you."
Yeah,
but Khalil's been nowhere to be seen so far.
She probably wouldn't listen to him neither.
See, and that's the thing. So it's like she wants to have agency over her own life, and like I get it, and I respect that. But it's also like
you can have agency and still take advice that's like sound advice. Like
some people, but it's like
one does not omit the other.
Right.
Like you're just being silly now. You're just putting yourself in danger to like spite someone else.
Right. So
I mean, but shouts to Dre in the house. What up? Nice to see you. But yeah, I get you on that one.
It's like I kind of expected from her. It's like we know who Jen is. It's like we know who Jen is.
She don't listen. Can't tell her nothing.
It's just like she's grown, but she's also very headstrong. So she thinks whatever the right way that she thinks is, she's gonna pursue that.
Her I give you that, but Homegirl been doing wrong since season 1. Remember, she wasn't supposed to be in that club. She was up in that club, so she's been doing wrong. She's been like noticeably and like cognitively doing wrong since the beginning. So I can understand someone who's headstrong is like, yo, I think I'm right. She knew she shouldn't have been in that club. She just wanted to be in that club because I guess all the cool kids were there or something like that. And then look what happened. Shootout. Right. And then she up in there looking stupid.
Right.
So it's like, then like, man. But we'll see. We'll see how next episode goes because she gone.
So, I mean,
they ain't even gonna have a body to bury. They just gonna have to, I don't know, hope that she come back, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait until and then we have like the end of that episode. The end of the episode is kind of heartbreaking because you see Jefferson being like, "Hey, look, I know I'm going through a rough patch right now, but I need you to just stick in there with me." And like, even though there might be on-set drama happening, whatever you might have it be, I think it was a really effective scene.
Yeah.
You're having a father and a daughter who are separated by their issues that can't come together because of their issues. So I thought that was a really moving scene. So the fact is, like, Jefferson is just now realizing that, maybe I have a problem right now.
Yeah.
And now he finds out that his daughter is dead. Like, that's going to be a whole nother issue, right?
And I think speaking of Jefferson, I think he finally got his kind of moment of clarity between Lynn, saying like, you're out here fighting and this is crazy, and then hearing the guy, of course, the guy that came for him earlier in the season, kind of talking about him, like how he inspired him, how Black Lightning is someone that we should respect and revere because Jefferson is over there talking about, like, hey,
what has Black Lightning ever done?
It's just a couple of bad guys. But I think even he being so deep into the fight forgets about the intangible things like inspiring people to fight back against injustice and giving people hope that the city can be better. Like those are things that you can't weigh hope. You can't count hope. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't
Right.
you can't like get a percentage of inspiration. So
Right.
I think that kind of turned him around. And hopefully he'll start to better himself. You know what I'm saying? Get himself right. Direct that anger where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? And handle himself. Because he been tripping a little bit with them fights. I'm like, dude, like you a principal, you can't be doing this.
That and like he didn't think about what if someone found out. Someone did find out. And that scene.
Now, of course, you have to have like special powers to find out, but I mean, still they found out.
They still found out, right? So it's like that scene between Jen or Jefferson and Lynn. That was like, I felt like they were actually a married couple. Like that was like a really good scene. Like there were some really good scenes in this whole in this episode. So I think one of my favorite scenes though is like the chemistry between, Cress Williams and Crondon is really good. It's really good. Like this man said, chocolate covered Incredibles, right?
Man, I
lost
Tobias be killing me, man.
Like he's like, sit your monkey ass down. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how it is.
Yo, the trip is like he comes in because they both got barbs for each other. He came in, he was like, oh, what this your bootleg Joey Toledo and cyanide?
Yeah.
Like she looked up at him. He like, oh yeah, that's right. Just so you know, they did.
Like,
so just in case you ain't remember, they did.
Right. The whole thing, though, man, was pretty good though.
But I was like, they are his little fake new crew.
That that whole scene was really good. So
yeah,
and I love this. I love those like moments of quiet intensity with that Cress has, and then you see the flicker in his eyes go off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's really effective. It's really good.
I think he'll be this season. I think we're on a crash course. I think Tobias is gone at the end of the season.
I mean, we'll see.
Because Tobias been talking some good stuff. Tobias,
been, talking stuff for 4 years. Like
he been and now you trying to move on my girl, my semi girl. We haven't even like really nailed down what we are. But I mean, we living together, and sort of, kind of what. So you trying to steal on my girl, trying to kill my kids, kill me, and you be talking about chocolate covered Incredibles. Now I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta take it to your dome.
I mean, the whole thing was just like ridiculous, man. So like, I'm definitely looking forward to like seeing how this whole thing develops. I like that we start to see more of Grace now too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like using her shapeshifting abilities to give herself a secret identity. What you got?
Let's bet. Well, I'll say this. I'll jump on Andrea Atkins real quick. Says, I'm so tired of Lynn too. She's such a hypocrite. Jeff should move on. That relationship is toxic and unsolvable. I agree with you. I think they need to let each other go. But I will say this. It is nice that it seems like they're on the same page about like, all right, look, you gonna be like, he gonna pretend like you down with him, but we gonna double cross him. So I do like that they teaming up. They finally they look like they getting on, you know what I'm saying? They getting on the same page. But I do think, I don't know, man. I think they might need to let each other go. Unless they finally resolve this stuff this season, they might need to let each other go. But one thing that I thought was cool about this episode was, one thing was cool and one thing was kind of like a realization for me. All right. The cool thing is like Grace is back and, you know, kind of getting back into the house and everything seems to be, you know, kind of getting back to normal. One, she left her groceries outside and never brought them back in. I was like, yo, is she going to go back and get that bag of groceries? Because she left them groceries in the hallway. And look, I'm going to tell you, like me, I ain't leaving no groceries in there. I work my hard-earned money. Leave them groceries in it. I mean, I guess maybe Anissa got mad money because she got, you know what I'm saying, all kinds of, you know, robot systems to open up her apartment. But I ain't leaving no groceries outside. Also, let me know if I'm tripping. All right. You wanted to get married and all that. So here you go, here you come, you getting married, right? If your significant other just gets out, you want to get up? just gets up out of a coma, all right? She's been in a coma for a year, all right? Coma-ized, all right? Just woke up. And then she like, hey, you know, I want to get, you know, my chair and, you know, my comic books or something and a couple of my things. And you like, nah, my place got a vibe. Got a vibe? Really?
I mean,
you ain't ready to be married.
I'm going through that right now.
You ain't ready to be married. If you ain't willing to kind of merge some stuff, throw away some stuff, rearrange some stuff, for someone who just got out of a coma, then you know good and well you ain't gonna have no consideration for them when everything's just regular. I'm like, Anissa ain't ready. She had the nerve to say my place got a vibe. It's not your place. It's both of y'all together. Now, of course, you got used to being alone again because it's been a year she been asleep. But you assumed she was gonna be woke. If she wasn't gonna be woke, then you was gonna pull the plug. So if you let her be woke, then you gotta know that your place ain't gonna be my vibe. It's like, I was like, are you kidding me? Anissa, you wrong, all right? But she did clean it up. She fixed it, but I was like,
got it. I mean, she realized it was wrong. I'm like,
she realized.
I mean, I'm not going through that exact situation of like, you know, sitting there in the coma, but like, I'm gonna go into that. I'm moving in with my girlfriend, so I'm like
she in a coma.
It's accurate. like I want to put up with my girlfriend's like, well, that doesn't fit the vibe. I'm like,
it's like,
can we try it? like,
can we try it? Listen?
Like, can we at least experiment a little bit?
Give it a shot.
Right. Like, I have an autographed Captain America Civil War poster from the Russo brothers.
Yep.
Like in gold marker.
Oh, word?
And my girlfriend was like, she's like, I want to put it in the bathroom. I was like, wait, you want to put it in the bathroom? I was like, bathroom? No. I was like,
bathroom.
I was like, no. I was like,
oh man.
You know who the Russo brothers are? They just directed.
They haven't missed yet. They haven't missed yet.
I mean, right. And so
you got to give them their props.
I was like, what? So I was like, bathroom. Like, I was like, oh, you did not just. Like, oh
man.
So that seems kind of rang kind of true and kind of funny at the same time for me, at least. But yeah, that was an interesting thing.
Shout out to Vulcan and Jenna James. Jenna James said the bar scene where the one cop spoke up for Black Lightning was very well done. She agrees this is a top tier show, but doesn't get the press to promote it. It's a dang shame. So, yeah, I'd agree. This ain't getting no press.
I mean, it looks like, and it seems like to me like the cast rarely wants to do press. Like when you have a show like a ensemble show like Yellow Black Lightning, sometimes the cast doesn't want to do press. Sometimes they don't want to do something. So it's like, because like some of them just want to like film and just be out. But like but also Black Lightning is like one of these shows that's kind of like, I don't want to say that it's gone unnoticed, but it doesn't get the attention that it deserves, especially for like there's issues like they managed to bring in the riots in Portland into this episode.
Yeah, they did.
Without even it being shoehorned, it was like a natural progression of something you expect from a show. So like at this point, I'm like, man, I really am gonna be sad that we don't have a show talking about these issues, but I think we have other shows.
You ain't gonna get it no more.
I mean,
we'll get it from other stuff, but On CW, you can most likely kiss this goodbye.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see it on CW no more.
Unless Naomi does some interesting stuff. I mean, that's Ava back, so we'll see, right?
Yeah, so we'll see on that one. We'll see.
We'll see. I'm like, I don't want to say no yet, but I'm kind of like, we'll see what's gonna happen.
Now,
right?
how you feel about this one? Vulcan said, I kind of hate to say it, but I kind of wish they would have let girlfriend pass, meaning Grace. I don't know. I'm of two minds. At first, I was thinking Grace was going to come back and be kind of like this, like sobby, kind of like sad, kind of like curl up in the couch character. But she's down to get into the fight, and so I'm like, cool. Just like I just didn't want a character on a superhero show not trying to be a superhero. I mean, unless the character had started like that, like say Henderson, of course he's not a superhero, or like Gamby, he's not a superhero, or Lynn. But Grace, like she been fighting, she been turning into tigers and stuff all this time. So for her to come back and be like, oh, woe it's me, I'd be like, nah, girl, look, you gotta fight. All right, look, hey, we ain't got nothing else to do but fight. But since she's getting into the fight, I'm not super mad about it. I'm not against her character. And her relationship with Anissa isn't melodramatic. Unlike other CW shows that
right.
So I'm not mad about it. I could have gone either way, but now that she's back and willing to fight, I'm like, cool, word. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. But how about you?
I mean, I'm not tripping over Grace. It's like I'm glad that Grace is alive, and I think from one level, if they would have seen them kill off Grace, it would have kind of been like, all right, was that because she wasn't a like character? Was there a racial element? Like, I'm not saying that's how I would have taken it, but a lot of people would have been like taking it the wrong way if she was killed off.
Oh yeah.
But like, so there would have been an element of that. So like, on one hand, I'm happy that she wasn't killed off. But it seems like what they're trying to do is like layer her in, so it's not just like, boom, Grace is back from a coma. Cool, she's automatically in the field. Let's go back to it. It's like they're slowly going about it, right? And to a point, I was kind of shocked to see her like, quote unquote, suit up. That's the wrong way to call it. But I was like, what you mean, okay, this is what they're doing. Okay, cool. Let's see how it goes. But and she held her own. So I'm like, I want to see like what's gonna happen,
Yeah, and the whole plan about the gun buyback and the mayor. When Tobias came back, he like, another hard day's work. He's like, I mean, you don't say no to Tobias Whale. He's like, yo, Tobias was like, look, I'm gonna get, because you saw that night, and we'll talk about that attack in a second, because I got some barbs. But at the end of the day, he addressing the city like he the mayor. He up in that joint like, I'm like, who do you think you is? You are a private citizen coming on this joint like you somebody special.
I mean, but if you know Tobias well and you know the show, you know he was setting that man up.
Yeah, he was setting that man up.
He was setting it up, man. Like you could see the machinations of his plan come to fruition and just be like, all right, so at this stage, I'm gonna say this to this guy. At this stage, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get him involved, and then I'm gonna get him here, hook, line, and sinker. Then he's gonna like me again, and then I can kill him off and take his place. Like it was just like a 1-2 step. It's like 4-step plan to killing off mayors. There you go. Like,
because now you're gonna essentially have a runoff for whoever the new mayor is gonna be, and I'm pretty sure whoever that new mayor is gonna be will be in Tobias's pocket. So, or it'll be Tobias. You know what I'm saying? He'll be here addressing the public. But how do you feel about the police chief blaming Jen for the mayor being dead? Because the way the scene went down, I didn't like it in the first place. I think it's one of the worst choreographed scenes that I've seen from this show, but I still don't know if we should blame Jen
No.
for the death. I mean, okay, there was this weird cartwheel that Grace did for absolutely no reason to get up on the stage, and it meant nothing. It just wasted time when she could have just got up there and like pushed people down or something like that. But you got Jen coming through with the force field type stuff and then shocking people. I don't know if I'd say this is Jen's fault. But also we know that this police chief is kind of waiting for a reason to blame somebody.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. You made that connection before I could, but like the chief is just like from the get-go, she's been like metas. They're a plague on society and need to be killed. Like that's straight up been her position. So like the fact that she's trying to get the DEG guns and do what she wanted to do to these guys is kind of like at any point, even if it was like, cool, there's a small earthquake, it must be a meta up and I gotta go kill him. Like that's how you think, right? So
it's like, it must be a meta, so let's go kill him.
All right, power outage must be a meta. That's what I think her vibe is right now. So
Andre Atkins said the chief is a bad bodyguard. The shootout happened before the heroes got there.
Right. But yeah, Lala was interesting to me in this episode. Like, I think there was that scene before Jefferson started fighting a little bit where he's like, yo, I need you to stop fighting. And I was like, is that a pang of concern in his voice?
Yeah, it is, because remember, he still got love for Principal Pierce. You know what I'm saying? So he got a little love. He was like, yo, man, look, Freeland's golden boy. It's like, nah, bro, this ain't about Freeland's golden boy. You still look at him with some amount of respect.
There was a little bit of something there. Like I knew it was gonna be all warm and fuzzy because that's not Lala, but like it's like there was a little bit. I think there's a little bit there. So like I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, like man, a little bit of respect, like a little baby bit of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like a little, not like straight gushing over him, but he was like, yo, look, you Freeland's golden boy. I can't have you out here,
right?
Doing this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, you can't have you out here doing this stuff. So I did like that. But to the scene, the reason I had a problem with the scene is, one, the police should have protected the mayor. What is it? Kevin Jones said, honestly, it's the police fault for not protecting the mayor better. Thank you. Like the heroes, what if the heroes didn't come? Dude would have still been dead. So don't be blaming the heroes for something. Nah, bruh, this is your fault. Now, also, they started shooting before the heroes showed up. Kinda. Grace heard him come up, which was good. She got the ears, like the good ears, so she heard him coming up. But to the scene itself, the scene was cut and edited in such a way where I was like, I'm trying to figure out like where people are in relation to one another. It was very Chris Nolan fight scene editing. It was very like super chopped, and it's like, hold up, where are we? Where is the fight? How, like, where are we in relation to the stage, to the police cars, to the van? It's just a whole bunch of shots cutting back and forth. So I wasn't really digging that, but we have this weird situation where the chief is now going to be mad. She's going to blame the mayor's death on Jen. Jen's gone. So is there going to be a situation where just like everybody else is just going to get, they're just going to get the brunt of this and that's it? I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, because she's definitely dead set on blaming them. And then the only thing is, they didn't say anything back. It's three of y'all. You got Anissa, Jen, and Grace. And they was just standing there like, I guess I think
there's a reason for that, though. And, like, they know if they fight the mayor, or not the mayor, they fight, the chief more, it's going to backfire on them because she's already so headstrong about any metas, like, associating yourself with anybody as city. So like they learned to wisely kind of just fall back for a second and learn, okay, let's not already antagonize or add gasoline to a situation that's already on fire.
Word. Oh snap! Shouts to Silhouetted Animator with the super chat. Yo, what up? Thank you. Silhouetted Animator says, "Do you believe in the resurrection? Jeff was implied to be resurrected before the events of the show. Him saying he woke up in a grave affirmed that was more than a metaphor."
Right.
You know what? Maybe I haven't thought about that scene as much as I should have. Now that you bring that up, because I took it more of like a, I guess like a mind state resurrection. Like, yo, like I'm, my whole outlook is different. You know what I'm saying? I laid that person to rest, and I'm brand new. But with you bringing this up, maybe, you know what? I might have to look at the finale in the first episode again to see how I feel about that statement.
I mean, it was a direct callback to season 1 because like I like when he said that, like on Black Lightning podcast, when we were like starting out, we would make fun of that line because we would just be like, we start every episode be like, do you believe in the resurrection? Like, so to me that has a personal meaning, but like I was like, that didn't come from nowhere, and the way that he said it was very purposeful. So like I wonder what he meant by that, right? So like that line is ingrained in my head. Do you believe in the resurrection? Like it's like
what up?
So we'll see.
I might have to look that back one up. Oh snap, yo, silhouetted animator again with the look. Thank you, hey. But with the super chat again, says remember the coroner that declared Black Lightning that Tobias off in season 1, the creepy doctor that brought back Lala, he playing in the long game.
The coroner, I mean,
because the coroner did declare Black Lightning dead.
Right. So they're here. Maybe they're going back all the way to season 1. I don't know, man. It's like,
and we haven't seen Jill Scott yet. So, and we know how that is.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay.
There's a lot of things that can happen here. So like,
wow.
I'm down like they could be like building him back up and building him all the way back to like what he was in season 1. Who knows, man? Like we're only a few episodes in. It's a very interesting thing to bring up, though.
That's an interesting take. I had to roll with that again because you know what? I haven't really looked at it that way. So man, wow, you really, Silhouetted Animator that throw this got me wondering. Is the Jefferson the real Jefferson, or now the kind of sort of wild Jefferson because of the resurrection stuff? Like, you know how like when Ra's al Ghul or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when they put Jason Todd in the water? They put him in the water, baptized him in the juices. He went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, he went crazy at first. Then he kind of like leveled out. But I mean, this might be the rage from like resurrecting him. You know what? You never know. That's an interesting one.
It's a deep callback, and I respect it. I absolutely respect it. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna be keeping my eye out for what might happen in the coming episodes. Because this changes things considerably. And it also might be a reason why his powers, he's been like kind of like exhibiting them more in a more like, I'd say blatant manner where he don't care about nothing.
Right.
So, and Kevin Jones says, hello, plot twist. So that could be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that plays out. But this episode did pull on a lot. I mean, you got Gamby getting his Mac on. Old girl came over.
About that for a minute. That scene, like, girlfriend just ripped off her jacket and was like, I'll take you later. I was like, wait, what?
She was like, I'm gonna take. And then she was like, later, and she went back to the back. All right.
Oh, like Gamby was like,
Gamby ain't had to say, you don't have to say a word. He ain't say nothing. She went to the back.
Like,
Gamby was like, Colt 45 works every time.
I mean, Gamby just like,
yo,
dude, like, I don't like, dude, Gamby needs to write a book. Maxed out 101.
Gamby was smooth with it.
I want to see like how Jeff learned from Gamby back in the day. Like,
yo, man, that's how Jeff got Lynn. You know what I'm saying? He was under the tutelage of Gamby. He was like,
right,
this how you get a lady. You know what I'm saying? Because notice Gamby ain't been pressed over it. Gamby ain't been pressed. He ain't been like inviting her to places. It's been the other way around. Gamby smooth, boy. Gamby smooth. Took the bottle of wine. And she was like, I'll take you there later. Because I was thinking they about to get ready to leave. She was like, I'll do that later. Because what I'm about to do right now. But with that said, you know what I'm saying? This is a family show.
I mean, Jenna James said, I think she's finessing Gamby, which I could agree with, because there was that scene where it was like her boss and Gamby in the lab or whatever, and she snapped at Gamby. Like, she was like, then you keep your mouth shut. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now. I was like, dang, like that switch between
like, don't mess this up for me.
Yeah, don't mess this up for me. She's like, and he's like, all right, it's your funeral. Like,
yeah, it
was very interesting.
You know what? Maybe Jenna, maybe. But I don't know. She seems genuinely into him. The only thing is, he's genuinely into her. It's not that he doesn't like her. He's just also doing like, you know, sneaky stuff on the side. Right. What's up, little guy? You see this? You see this, people? All right. I know. You gotta go to bed. Okay. Say bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. All right. Peace. So, because Gamby actually likes her, but he's also doing it. So it might be a thing where she's like, yo, I like Gamby too, but look, I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm getting the one that got away, get my little romance fling on, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get at the guy who I know knows X amount of metas. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So what if they both playing each other? Yo, it's crazy.
What is this,
Mr. and Mrs. I loved you, girl.
Is it Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Because that's gonna be the vibe, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I loved you, girl.
I don't know, man. Like the whole thing is just crazy to me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we got to talk about.
No, that's it. Vulcan said, I'm just mad they killed off Jennifer.
Yeah, the ending was kind of.
The ending was somber. I am very interested to see how they play this out with the family. Yeah. How they play it out with the villains too, because remember, Lightning is regarded as the strongest. So if they realize, oh shoot, Lightning ain't here, all right, game on.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. And Jenna James says, I don't know. She giving me Emma Frost Catwoman vibes. There's something about her we don't know about. Got to check her player badges. Yo, check that player badge, yo.
That's hilarious.
She came in. She was like, I'm gonna take you to such and such. She was like, I'm gonna do that later. I was like, oh, because she came up. Yo, look,
the camera held on her, and then cut back to Gamby, and then Gamby was just like dumbfounded. Like, all right, cool.
Yo, and to comment on to reference MF Doom, she had the curls out and had a better sales pitch than the Girl Scouts. So like,
I thought you were going there for a minute. And then I was like, he's not gonna do it, and you did it. So
yo,
well
man.
done.
She came in. She came in dressed to impress. Then turned and said, "Whoosh!" Took that jacket right off. She was like, I got you, Gamby. And then she was like, I'll see you in the back.
Oh man, the whole thing was just crazy.
Oh man. Oh, Jenna James said the ending death was very Tyler Perry / Nigerian Nollywood movie. Like they could have did a much better job killing Jen off than that. Yo, I never looked at it like that. Man, I'm gonna have to watch that scene again. I don't think it was that bad, was it? Let me ask you, Clement, was it bad? Was it that bad to you? I mean, no, it wasn't Tyler Perry bad because there wasn't any bad wigs in the scene, so it's already above Tyler Perry.
I mean, it was just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna approach it from 2 levels, right? And I gotta say it with my eyes closed because that's the only way I can get through it, right? Okay, so there's one angle where it's like, okay, if this was like a fake me out death scene and she puts herself together, okay, it's not the worst thing, right? But if that is her death scene for the rest of it, like that's it for China for the rest of the show, I feel like that was kind of weak and kind of disrespectful to the character because she's been a series regular since the first season, right?
Yeah.
So like I gotta approach it for 2 levels until we see what the next episode is. To merely make that decision. I had to get through that with my eyes closed because I was like, I'm complicated. Right. But
and the original Black Nerd, nice to see you, says, is she dead? She is pure energy, and energy never dies. She may come back JSA style with her own energy form. And that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's what I was guessing she would do in like Khalil's show, but she's not supposed to come back in Khalil's show. So maybe it'll be a situation where we just hear her voice. You know what I'm saying? She talks to like TC in the air or something. I don't know.
I mean, here's my vibe with China. China, after the show got canceled, went on Instagram and it did this like 7, 8, I think almost 10-minute video.
She was like, I'm gone.
She was like, started crying where everyone was like, oh, what happened? So like, if this is what, maybe this is the way, maybe this was like, if this is the way that they killed her character off, I could see that being a thing why you would be emotional about it because that's kind of a messed up way to go if that is her exit from the show.
Yeah.
And there's
Kevin Jones says she would definitely be back for the finale. I hope so. We'll see.
Don't know. We'll see.
You know what I'm saying?
Delicate. When you're dealing with actors, it's delicate, right? So
and Thomas D says she went to the great beyond.
I mean, yeah.
Now, Jenna James said, I was expecting Quentin Lance / Laura Lance like death, not whatever that was. Look, man.
Like, yeah. Like,
I hate Laurel. I've said it many times. I hate Laurel. I can't stand that girl. I'm so glad I don't watch that show no more. She gone, everything over. I could not stand that girl.
Hilarious. You hilarious.
She was so melodramatic. I was so tired of her. And then the suit with the buckles. I'm like, who made this? Like, what are these buckles for? It was
why are we talking about old shit?
She brought up Quentin and Laurel. So, I'm just saying.
You're going to the belt buckle and you're going in on all the stuff like.
Now Blurted said, yeah, the death was whack, but I'm not going to miss her at this point. Ooh, interesting. Now,
yo, why is he like Salt Bae put in some spice in it to be like?
He said, now to a certain degree, I kind of feel where he's coming from because I'm tired of Jen. She always got to have the last word and always be mad wrong, and we always have to save her, and then she never learns.
Right.
But it's a Black family. # Black families. That's how we rebuild our community, y'all. I'm just saying. Black families. We stronger. We unified solidarity. You know what I'm saying? Black lightning power. But all I'm saying is, on the flip though, she do be getting on my nerves.
I mean, like, look, I like the character Jen is like one that frustrates me because it's like I care so much about how the character is perceived, especially in like media, but it's also kind of like she's very headstrong and she's gonna do what she's gonna do to her own default, which is why she got which is why we are where we are right now. So like I don't know, and I'm not saying it's not that I'm like woman hating or anything like that. It's just like, where is the character going? Where what are they trying to do with character? And I think on the first 3 seasons they did really good with her character journey, especially on the stuff around when she was in Crisis, right? Like they did really, really good stuff with her. And now that
and it's weird, even in Crisis, they wrote it in a way where she learned a lesson. But then she came back and it was like she didn't learn that lesson. I'm like, what are you doing?
Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But yeah, I mean, even like Kevin Jones says, I mean, Jennifer's a teenager, so I think that's normal. And I agree with that. But like, they've done really good work with it. But I'm like, for season 4, what's the vibe? And I think that's my question is. That's like, and I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying like, I hate it. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just like, what's the vibe? Where are we going?
Okay.
That's what I'm more of a mood of being curious rather than like liking or disliking something right now, at least as far as the character of Jennifer is concerned.
All right. And the original Black Nerd said Jennifer was the same way in the comics. That's why she ended up with the JSA. Black Lightning had the group take her in. Yeah. Right. In other words, Black Lightning was like, look, I'm tired of her. Look, y'all deal with her. Because she don't listen. Can't nobody tell her nothing. But then she always wants somebody to come help her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look,
she always wants it, but it's like, I don't know. And that's why it's like season 4 is a question mark for like as far as the Jen character, because it feels like everyone else is defined about where they're going except for Jen. And then maybe because she's out, or just because like they don't know how to handle the exit. So like that's my only thing.
And Blurted said, I love that show and that love. I love that show, that love, and that Jeff apologized. Oh, and love that Jeff apologized. But I'm glad they got it over, and I pray they don't drag it out. I'm ready for Tobias to get that butt whooped. So we pretty much exercised the demons on the episode. I wanted to throw this because we were laughing on this on Twitter a little earlier. So I wanted to talk about
you were going to bring it up. Go ahead. Bring it up.
Today, the mutants was trending, right? And it was trending because someone tweeted out with a story on their blog or website, said, hey, yo, look, it's going to be, the MCU is bringing in X-Men and the first movie is going to be called The Mutants. So mad people started tweeting it. It's trending like this thing has been official. Like Kevin Feige came out and said this mess. So I'm like, oh, word. Oh, this must be from Disney, right? I check my emails, no Disney email. I'm like, cool. So let me go through, let me look, let me see. Oh, Kevin Feige must have said something. Somebody must have said, maybe an actor said something. No, nothing.
Nope.
People out here just lying on Kevin Feige, lying on the MCU, and y'all falling for it. Look, let me tell y'all. All right.
I mean, look, it's like,
I know we want to see the mutants. I know we do. I know we want to see X-Men. I know.
I mean, but it's not just X-Men. Everyone is so hyped because it's like, let's take a step back and let's be like when we talk about like the MCU pre-2008, everyone was like, diehard Marvel fans were like the only people that you could really get in talk to anybody about Marvel. Am I wrong? And then MCU comes around with Iron Man in 2008, and all of a sudden, people are interested in comics again. So now, and we had all the X movies happening before that. And so now, I think everyone is so hyped, not only on WandaVision, but they're still riding off the Endgame hype, that they're so excited to see where Feige is going to take not only the X-Men, but also the Fantastic Four. So, because those two franchises are Marvel's storied characters of what everyone knows Marvel identifies as. You know Fantastic Four, you know The Thing, you know Mr. Fantastic, you know Wolverine, you know Storm, you know Cyclops. Everyone knows them. So that's why it's getting so much attention. But I didn't believe it for a second. The one tweet that I saw, I think this was by Sean Madden on Twitter. If it was Sean Madden, I can't remember if it was him or not, but he was like, why would you name it the Mutants? That's like going to buying McDonald's and naming it Big Mac. And I was like, that's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, the Mutants, really? That's what they're gonna call it? I was like, they don't even sound. I was just like, look, I'm like, I don't know why y'all want to get hopped up so bad. And y'all telling these lies on Kevin Feige like this.
We'll see.
Like, man.
I mean, look, it's just like we're really hyped. Everyone's hyped on WandaVision right now. Tonight's the finale. And so we are all just sitting on our thumbs and sitting on pins and needles and be like, well, what's about to happen, bro? Like, what are we about to do?
Yeah, I'm ready to see the finale of Wanda. You know how I feel about WandaVision, but I'll see what happens in the finale.
Wait. I told you WandaVision was going to get lit. Did I not?
Yeah, it still took too long, but I do like the fact, because I'm pretty sure when we get into these other shows, it ain't going. But there's certain people I expect to see in the finale. I expect the finale to be an hour long, which is probably not going to be. There's just all these things that I want to see.
Like 50 minutes. From what I've heard, it's like 50 minutes.
Okay, so it's going to be a full hour. All right. Well, I mean,
like
50 minutes. I'll give them that. So, all right.
We'll see.
We'll see, and then of course, guys, we'll be here on Saturday to talk about it with a cool cast of characters. But yeah, I guess we've exercised the demons. Look, if you see something trending on Twitter, don't retweet that thing. Let that thing die. Smolder it and die. You got somebody with an account. I'm gonna just say the Twitter account don't look credible. All right, you got somebody with a Twitter account that don't look credible, tweeting out like, yo, I got the inside on scoop on Marvel. You ain't. All right, so they got the inside scoop. Don't nobody else got it.
Wait, who are you talking? Are you talking Charles Murphy, Daniel Rockman? Who are you talking?
The original story came from the Luminerd or whatever.
So that's like Charles Murphy is like, I think he's associated with that. But like, they've been right. They've been right on a lot of stuff. So
I don't know. I don't like the scoop game, man. I don't like the scoop game. Because whenever they're wrong, they never, like, when scoop people are wrong, they never own their wrongness. They're like, oh, well, you know, they just changed the name. Oh, they must have scrapped the project. It's like, no, you was wrong.
Right.
You was wrong. Or people be like, oh, sources say, who, man? You ain't got no sources. You just making this up.
It's like, but like, then you have like things like Deadline, where I think it was like last month, where they were like, Chris Evans was returning to the MCU. But we don't know in what capacity, because for all we know, he could be Hydra Cap.
Yeah, or it could be like, yo, I'm going to come in to be part of someone else's flashback scene or something. Like, we don't really know. So, and then that's also like mad vague, like, oh, Chris Evans is coming back. For what?
I mean, look, the guy.
And then you just let everybody speculate, and you get your numbers up on like. I just hate the rumor game, y'all. I hate the rumor game.
I feel you. But like, I'm inclined to believe like Deadline, THR, all those people, right? Murphy's, I get like, all right, well, they've been right on a lot of stuff, so I'm like, we'll see how it plays out. But I mean, on the regular, it's just kind of like the whole mutants of it all. Even if they wasn't early development, we ain't seeing that movie for a long time.
Man,
like
a long time.
Like, we're not gonna see that until way after Fantastic Four is like out, right?
Yeah,
like that's my vibe.
So
I'm not thinking about the mutants.
Comicbook.com, Jenna James, look.
What'd she say?
She said comicbook.com is probably worse. Because Blurter said Screen Rant have lost their minds lately. They just a notch above. We got this covered in their guessing game.
No, we can't. Okay, we got this covered.
Screen Rant, all of they be
I'm not going on Screen Rant. Like, I know good people on Screen Like,
I'm not saying there ain't good people there. I'm talking about their stories.
I know, but like, we got this covered. All right, like,
Screamer and be like, this gonna happen. You be like, what?
Like, but here's the thing:
hold your breath.
unless I see it from Deadline, THR, Variety, like I'm kind of like, cool. Let's see how it pans out.
I need a direct quote from either an actor on it or Kevin Feige or maybe like Bob. Well, no, not really Bob Iger anymore because
he's still coaching.
That's soon transferring over to the other guy,
Bob Chapek. But like,
Bob Chapek. Yeah. So they went from Bob to Bob. They was like, look, we ain't changing all the stationery. We just gonna change the last name of it. But like,
I mean, Iger's
still a direct quote from them. I
mean, like, look, Iger is still involved. He's still chairman, so he's still doing stuff for Disney. Like, I think 2 weeks ago he squashed some beef at ABC News or something like that.
Oh, word?
So like, yeah, so like he's still doing stuff. But Chapek, I think, is like doing day-to-day CEO stuff now. So it's kind of like, we'll see. But it's like, even then, those cats really get involved from the top down unless it's like an investor thing like we saw back in December. So
and that's another thing. I wonder what Chapek's run is going to be like. Because we know Iger has pushed Disney into a whole nother stratosphere.
Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Lucasfilm, Pixar, Marvel, like Iger can basically do whatever he wants at this point because he has turned Disney into a global powerhouse.
Yeah. Bob Iger really grew Disney from. It's not like Disney was whack, but he gave them power. I gave you power. I gave you power. But yeah, I guess to get off of this, Blurted says, fans kill me how they expect the whole team of mutants to pop up in the MCU with no development. The Fox garbage is dead. Ain't no Fox mutant multiverse.
Yeah, hey, why you gotta say it like that? I'm hurt.
No, man, it's tough out here.
I'm hurt.
Oh, man.
Like that. But yeah, man, it's like, I mean, we'll see, dude. It's like there's a lot of stuff percolating in Hollywood right now. There's a lot of stuff.
True.
And we have yet to see Spider-Man No Way Home is officially the title.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, we don't know what happened with Doctor Strange. We ain't heard a peep about Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals. Like, it is all very much up in the air. We got a date for Loki. Falcon Winter Soldier hits in 2 weeks. Like, we got a lot to look forward to. You know what I mean? So like, as far as the rumor,
Black Widow's coming sometime. I don't know when, man.
But like,
I just want that to be over so we can just put it to bed. Like,
I mean, I just want
already dead.
I just want to see it. But even though she's dead, Youngland is coming in.
I'm sorry, yo. I'm over it. Like I said, this is a movie that should have happened between Avengers 1 and 2. And
I mean, we know why.
And I'm kind of over it.
We know why that didn't happen, though.
I know, but still, bottom line, it didn't happen. And now, y'all trying to pull up something like, yo, remember when this was hot? It's like, well, I mean, yeah, but I kind of want some new stuff now. Like, y'all were way too late. Y'all missed the boat. Then, on top of missing the boat, when you should have just released it, you didn't. So now we done waited all this time. It's going to be one of them situations where if it's not really good, I think people might turn on it because they've been waiting so long.
That's a good point. And I could see that, but Feige is hanging on to a theatrical release for Widow for some reason. So like,
I don't care about no theatrical release. Let's be honest. People ain't going back to theaters in droves like they used to, probably for another year or two. Let's just be honest. People ain't going back to buffets for years, if they ever do go back. People ain't going back. There's certain things that's just gone. They dead. Forget it. All right? Just put it out on Disney. Don't charge us $30, all right, because it's not worth that much. All right? Yes, I'm looking at you, Disney. Don't put it out for no $30. Just put it out and charge like a solid like 12, maybe 10, 12, 15. I might even slide you to 20. But my dude, 30, you're out your mind. All right? You out your mind with the 30. All right? Just reel it in, Disney. Reel it in. All right? Not when Warner Brothers coming out here bringing us the hotness for free. Well, I mean, it's not for free, but with your subscription, come on, Disney. Like, come on.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, it's like here's my vibe. I'm gonna be straight up. If they decide to put Disney Plus, and we gotta probably wrap this in a minute, but like,
yeah, I got you.
If they decide to put Widow on Plus, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna sink my $30 into it, regardless, because I'm just like, let's get it. Like, that's my complete vibe. I'm like, I'd be willing to go up to 30, 35, maybe 40, depending on it. I mean, look, I go to ArcLight. I go to the ArcLight. Tickets are $20 a pop. That's without, and then parking.
I get you, but $30 is mad steep for when I'm at home, though, B. Like,
I mean,
I'm at home.
I'm like, all right. I
don't know if I can rock that.
I don't know. I'd be willing to go up to like 35, 40, but that's like my breaking point, right? And
my breaking point is 20 at most. That joint needs to be like maybe like 15. Because you're already paying $6.99 for the subscription.
True.
So you're already paying $6.99 for the subscription.
But you know, Disney, they're gonna mark that up. They're gonna mark it up and be like, it's premium access.
Premium access.
The fact that they say premium access.
And then be premium access with some doo-doo films. Like, remember how everybody ran out to watch Mulan? What happened? They was like, really want all that. So look, you can't be premium access or not premium films, all right?
I mean, we'll see how it does with Raya and the Last Dragon tomorrow. Because that comes out, right?
If Raya's even good. So we'll see.
I mean, I heard good things about Raya. I've been hearing good things about Raya. So like,
I'm hoping so. Because if it's not good, this is gonna be two movies that was bad, and y'all wanted to charge people $30 for it.
Right. So I mean, we'll see, man. But like you say, like you like to say, I think we have exercised the demons.
We have exercised the demons. So right over here, you know him as the man that brought you electricity, the telephone. He also created the stoplight. This man right here is not only involved with the technology that brought you the steam engine, but also the technology that brought you the battery and Tesla cars. That's right, not Tesla. This man right here, Clement Bryant.
Wait, why are you trying to call me old in the most nicest way?
But you still look good, though. You got that Tobias, you know what I'm saying? You still looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you old, but you young. You look young in your body, but you old in your mind, though.
My body feels like it's about to break. But anyways, I got to get ready for this WandaVision finale. I still got work to do, but at Clement Bryant, Twitter, Instagram. Who's staying up for midnight for WandaVision?
I am.
Like, why would we text you, bro? Just be like, what's going on?
I'll be like, yo, man, it was crazy.
White Vision, bro. White Vision got these hands. Let's do it. White Vision, but like, let's get it, man. We're about to get at it.
All right, word up. NERDSoul, Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, all those places. Hit that thumbs up, please. Helps in the algorithm. Or you can hit that thumbs down, but you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send White Vision after you. And we don't really know what he's going to do because we don't really have any track record of what he can do. So, with that said, podcast for listening, Spotify for that music. I'm going to leave y'all with not only Parker P.L. Lewis, but also Arcatron. From us, you were saying thank you for watching. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, from Blurtish to Thomas D, Andre Atkins, Jenna James, Vulcan. We had Kevin Jones come through, Kid at Heart. All y'all, thank you so much. Even way early up in the chat, we had, we have Vulcan early. So shouts to Vulcan. Back to you again, because you was in there early. Usually don't be early, but you was there. So with that said, from us to you, thank you for watching, and peace.
Later.
We out. We out. And P.L. Parker Lewis, help the bear. Peep it. Yeah. I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the Parker Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from